They were live. How's it going, guys?
Hey, what's up, Terry? What's up, David?
Hey, thanks for having us. I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys doing? How's second fatherhood treating you there, Mr. Action Media?
It's all right.
It's
It's all right. It'll be a lot more fun whenever he's old enough to like really interact. But
Terry's just going to put him to work. That's all that means.
making 3D printed toys. He's gonna have a little machine back there, and he's just gonna be back there making the toys. You know.
He's going to be really smart, and he's going to 3D print robots that are going to take over Terry's household.
Yeah, that's going to be Ivy.
Yeah. Well, they'll team up on you, and they'll confine you to quarters.
Oh boy.
Yeah, my little guy starts third grade on Thursday, and I'm like,
boy, they're getting up there in age, aren't they? They're moving along.
I tell you what, it goes by super fast. I tell this to people all the time. Like, I feel like I'm frozen in time, and I'm just watching this baby turn into a toddler to a little boy to a boy.
Yeah.
And I just hope when he turns 18, like that freezing in time doesn't just like I'm unfrozen now. All of a sudden I'm hunched over with a cane. Like, oh crap, what happened? I just aged 18 years. It's weird.
Well, I'm glad everything's going well. Terry, I'm glad everything's going well. I'm happy for you. It's been a few weeks since we got together. Everybody's been pretty busy, but there's been lots of news.
Very much so.
What news do you want to cover first? You want to do some Skybound news first?
Yeah. Let's talk about Skybound. Anything new to talk about with Skybound?
Yeah, they announced that they're going to be doing a special series of comics that are going to reprint key issues of A Real American Hero from the 80s with commentary and like a behind the scenes type of thing with Larry Hama on each of those issues. And the first issue they're doing that with is issue 26. And that's going to come out in November. And that's a good issue to do that with, because that's where you get the secret history of the Arashikage. You get introduced to like a dozen major characters in G.I. lore from that point till now. You get the Blurred Master, you get the Hard Master, the Soft Master, the Blind Master, you get the Swordsmith, you get the history between Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, you get Snake Eyes' family, a little bit of his family, you get a little bit of the LERP team in there, his sister, Snake Eyes' sister. There's all kinds of characters from the continuity that starts with this issue. It is one of the most key issues in the entire A Real American Hero run.
You know what I always thought would be interesting? If Snake Eyes' sister had never died and somehow she was like involved in Cobra.
Dan, that would be one of those comic book tropes, because they're doing that with all kinds of characters. They did that with the Winter Soldier being Bucky.
They've done it imagine like Cobra Commander. They didn't like make him so silly sometimes in the comic, but like if he had a in the Real American Hero run, like if he had some badass female assassin, warrior, or whatever, it seemed to get Snake Eyes' number and Scarlet, all the Joe's number, and then it's revealed that like she didn't die; she was thrown from the car. Commander rode up on the accident, saw his brother killed, blamed the family, found the girl. She had amnesia. That would be.
Trust me, that is a very doable scenario.
Like, of course, she'd be stuck in the brainwave scanner because that's everybody has to do the brainwave scanner.
But it's very doable. They did it with the Winter Soldier, Bucky. They did it with Red Robin, Jason Todd. They've done this trope, I don't know how many times in comics. So I would not put it past them. I don't know if Larry would be that kind of person that would do that type of trope or not, but
absolutely,
it's definitely a doable
if it
trope.
Pays, I'm sure that he will.
Yeah.
Larry's had Larry's had the most unconnected people all connected throughout his run. But you could call her the Autumn sister.
Yeah. right? The Autumn.
And you know, with issue 26 also, it's kind of neat because that's one of the issues that Larry Hama penciled.
Yeah, he did a
His-
handful of issues with Steve Lealoa because they have a good relationship.
His penciling skills are on fine display in that issue.
Yep, you're right. And he's a good artist. I got about 6 sketches from Larry. He's a good artist. He really is. He knows how to make a picture look like it's moving, almost like 3D, like it's in motion. He's got a very good style. And he was trained by Neil Adams and Toth,
Hollywood.
those 2 classic illustrators back in the 70s.
All right, so I'm not to issue number 26 yet.
Oh, you're not?
Well,
No,
in my reading of the original ARAH run, I am not to number 26 yet.
I'm up to the. I'm right before the Cobra Civil War.
Oh, you're right in one of my favorite story arcs, Dan.
Yeah, there's some issues right before that with special missions. That's all. I'm reading it all through the compendium. I've read them all before, but it's been a while. And man, there's some of those are some real slugs to get through.
The special missions, yes, but not
no,
the
just the main series too. Some of it's just like really hard to get through.
Stuff. The whole Raptor, Armored Cobra Commander Billy with the pogo.
No, I think that's cool, but there's some stuff in between, but right before that and right after that is just like, ooh.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, I'm not. We won't spoil it. But so
Terry Billy's
you haven't read that many. Terry hasn't read that many. So, what key issues do you think they should do in this new endeavor through Skybound?
You're asking me. I would say 21's been done to death, so I would avoid that.
Do 21 again.
But I'd say probably in 1's probably been done to death. If you're not in I don't know, maybe 6 and 7. I'd say 26, 27 definitely. I'd say probably 49 and 59. I'm sorry, 49 and 50. I mean, there's the issue where Destro, Lady J, and Flint team up against the fake Destro in Scotland. That would be kind of a fun one to do.
I'd like to see some of the Cobra Island, the beginning of Cobra Island, how they created that, and how
that'd be a good one.
Got one up on GI Joe. That's one of the first.
Gosh, that's like a series of issues right there. You know.
Yeah, that's a.
What about the issue where Quinn kind of redeems himself? And,
number 19.
Yeah, and they have a funeral for him at the end.
Well, there's some speculation on this particular point, Terry, that we don't know if they're going to go in chronological order. And so if they're starting with issue 26, then they're going to go forward from there. So people think they won't go backwards.
Yeah, I guess I could see them doing 2 because I think 2's a really key issue. 6 and 7. The first one with Destro, which is like first of all, the one where Destro's on the cover, you know, with leading the troops. I think it's like issue 16.
Now, you guys, Dan knows and I know they've reprinted G.I. Joe any number of ways over the decades, multiple different versions. I have probably 4 or 5 different versions of almost all of A Real American Hero. Do you think this is a necessary situation? Do we need more reprints?
No, I think it's cash grab.
The Skybound is cash grabbing. Even though we're getting the commentary from Larry Hama.
They'd be dumb not to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an endless amount of stuff that they can do to capitalize on this property. And while they have the license, they need to do everything they can to make as much from it. I totally understand it.
I think that it's one of those things like, yeah, is it a cash grab? Sure. Am I going to buy it? Yeah. Do I know my customers will buy it? Yes. And as long as it's done with love and respect for the brand, the property, the memories, and then to the creators, and it might be a good thing for Larry to make some extra money. And, it's kind of neat that, like, you get the commentary, if you will, on, like, what they were thinking at the time.
Okay. Love you too.
You got a package, huh?
Yeah.
The thing is, I think Marvel Tales, they did, what was it, 1 to 15? Cool. They did 1 to 15, and they've done 21. I don't know how many times, like 100 different times.
1 and 21 have been done to death.
Jumping ahead
What's
and
21?
doing.
I'll look it up.
What was 21? No, it's a silent issue. The very first silent G.I. Joe Snake Eyes issue in G.I. Joe Real American Hero. And second appearance of Storm Shadow, but it does reveal. No, he appeared in the issue before, issue 20.
When?
There's I think a last page, I believe. He's on the last page.
Issue 21 is his first appearance.
Storm Shadow?
Yes.
No.
I have it on the wall at my store, and it says it's the first appearance. You look in the price guide, it says first appearance. 20 is the funeral issue. I think 20 is the 20 is the clutch issue, I think, where he goes back to Asbury Park, or Asbury Park, whatever it's called.
Number 21 is his first appearance.
Yeah, 21 is the first appearance.
He doesn't have a cameo at the end of issue.
No, they didn't do the typical Marvel thing. I mean, I can understand where you would think that, because that's what Marvel typically did. But I think
typical Marvel thing.
Yeah, like you'd see the last page, last panel's Gambit, and then the next issue is like the first full or something. Yeah, it's Storm Shadow's first appearance is 21.
Okay. Well, it is the revelation that they're connected, and they have the Arashikage tattoos on both of their arms as they both go their separate ways, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
Well, up to then, no one really knew he was a ninja because he was just the silent commando that didn't speak for whatever reason, was horribly disfigured, and then 21, you see the matching tattoos at the very end, and then 26 is when we really learn, why, and then what happened to him, and then 27 continues that. And then him and Storm Shadow have some words, and then Storm Shadow reveals to him that he didn't kill the Hardmaster, and he's joined Cobra to find the killer. And when he does, perhaps we can be Sword Brothers again one day, because he saves Snake Eyes' life, or I'm sorry, Snake Eyes saves his life, and so they're kind of paid back.
I just want Don Marino to be in the classified line.
What's that?
I just want Don Marino to be in the classified line.
No, thank you.
Why?
Not a big fan of that character. I think it's kind of weird that they had a 15-year-old girl like slaughtering adult men and women. Like, I just think that's kind of creepy and weird.
Why? Wolverine's daughter does that.
She was 17.
Yeah, but Wolverine's not 15 years old, though.
Wolverine's daughter was.
Yeah.
She was part of, what was it, NYX? She was.
Maybe I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of weird. Like, but I mean, if you want to go off of Laura, she's a clone of Wolverine, so she's going to have the same abilities and kind of attitude and instinct and all that. So that kind of makes sense to me. But like for a 15-year-old girl and in the military, it's like, oh yeah, we're just going to let you join because you're cool.
I thought she was 17.
I think they've age jumped her a few times because I think they realized like the fallacy in that.
How weird it was.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't like her that I know of.
Isn't Billy kind of a young person? Wasn't he helping G.I. Joe too?
He was kind of on his own with Storm Shadow, and then in the Devil's Due run, I think he shows up, but he's an adult. Yeah, and then I don't think we've seen Billy in.
No, he's not in Skybound, but I know he does show up in the Real American Hero fairly young, and he joins Storm Shadow a little bit, the Blind Master a little bit. He gets with Cobra Commander in that Raptor story, but he doesn't actually help G.I. Joe until the 130s with the Ninja Force, I guess, and I guess he would be older during that period.
Yeah.
Just to preface that, I don't know anything about Don Marino other than it's the third version of Snake Eyes that's been in the comics, and she had all of Snake Eyes like
memories,
personality, knowledge and everything transferred into her brain, I guess, via the brainwave scanner.
I think my biggest concern with her was that they did this, and this is the IDW Hammer run. They did the storyline where Snake Eyes supposedly died fighting Serpentor, and then Sean Collins just magically has the same injuries. He was Kamakura. They took the Kamakura character that Josh Blaylock created and tried to, I guess they tried to retro create it or whatever. And then he has exact same injuries, which I thought was kind of cheesy. And then they make him the fake Snake Eyes, but he's kind of, it made sense because he was Snake Eyes' apprentice, or not. Well, he was in the one continuity.
Well,
and then so you have that Snake Eyes, and all of a sudden now you got a female Snake Eyes that's like 10 years younger than him.
For the storyline, they had to have someone be Snake Eyes.
Oh, sure.
And for whatever it was, like, it's been a long time since I've read any of that, but they had, like, Snake Eyes was doing something specific, and Cobra couldn't find out that he died, so Sean took on the identity.
Which I thought was cool, because it made sense if you go back.
A building and burned himself real bad. Yeah, that's how he got the injuries. But the whole thing with Dawn Marino, I have no idea how she became Snake Eyes or anything other than the brainwave scanner. And I guess in like the latest issues, don't they all coexist together at the same time?
Yeah, they do. And now the original Snake Eyes can actually talk again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which he doesn't say much. He just which I don't mind. You know, I don't have a problem with that at all. But I'm glad he's not like one of us on this podcast. Like, God, Snake Eyes, would you be quiet so Terry and Dan and David can make a point, please? You know,
so
like, what do you think, Snake Eyes? Cool.
Bomb Strike and Dawn are on a special assignment to pursue the mysterious vigilante known as Helix. Yeah, see, this is all kind of, it's hard to follow for me. Like trying to jump into anything with this storyline that's not already established.
Well, I think a good jumping on point was, I would say 255 was a really good jumping on point for the current stuff that's going on right now, because you get the whole Cobra Island casino storyline. They try to bring Serpentor back, and then you get the blue cyborgs or whatever, the blue ninjas or whatever, trying to destroy all that, and it becomes a three-way kind of Cobra war, and that's a fairly certain through line. So you can read that from there and go to current. And we're almost up to 21 now. There's going to be another silent issue. Yes. 321. There will be a new silent issue. And it'll be a different story. It will not be Snake Eyes. It'll be something else from what I understand.
See, I would just read from the beginning and start with where I did when I started reading the Marvel run. And then just continue the Marvel run all the way through. I don't care if I'm current with it or not.
Well, that's going to be tricky.
If you were going to jump in and not do the Marvel run first, which I think that's a smart thing to do, is to read the Marvel run, I would start with the Skybound stuff, because the IDW stuff, it's a convoluted mess sometimes. Some of it's good, some of it's not good. Some of it makes no sense. And I don't know if that's Larry editorial or what. I think it's editorial, because something seems different with his run now. And it might be he's getting respect, you know, or whatever. Maybe he's getting some help. But like, yeah, I had so many people drop the IDW book. They just couldn't, it made no sense. And they didn't like it. And there was some weird stuff with the Joes killing some rednecks because Cobra let some immigrant workers drive by. And
now, do you think that people dropped the IDW series because they were fans of the Marvel series and expected the Marvel series to just be picked up by IDW?
I think there is a small percentage of that. But I think most of it was
my G.I. Joe.
there was a very small percentage of that, but I think a lot of people gave it a shot, and it just the combination of the art, the storytelling, editorial, and none of it making sense. I don't say none of it made sense, but it's just like it's very contradictory at times. You know, like we have a new Snake Eyes and Sean Collins. Now we don't. We have the girl, but now we have both. You know, it's just like it's like you're getting whiplash from all the weird. You know,
I didn't realize that they brought in Don Marino in 2008. Apparently, when was that? Let's see.
I don't think it was 8. I don't think it's been that long.
Larry sometimes gets things too, Dan. You know that.
The Hammer book didn't start till 2010. IDW.
It was a couple of years into IDW. They were doing the Chuck Dixon, the Costa, Cobra, and stuff like that first,
which was an excellent run.
Yeah, Larry's didn't start for a couple of years after that.
Yeah, it's Free Comic Book Day 2010 is when we got the 155 and a half, and we ran out of those pretty quickly. And
if you're going to try to read this all like consecutively, you're going to have a problem because it directly leads to Devil's Due from 155, and then that ends up being going for about 75 issues if you add everything, all the 3 series that Devil's Due did up, and then that gets shunted and disavowed, and then Larry picks up his, and it like almost picks up right where 55 leaves off with 155 and a half.
I mean, I'm just going to read the Marvel run all the way through wherever we are, wherever we end up. I'm not going to branch off into other series or anything. Her first appearance was in 2017. Nope, her first appearance was in G.I. Joe number 226. Trying out for the Cobra Lacrosse team.
That's what happens. Yeah, I think the Devil's Due run, I love the way that started. That Kamakura was like Snake Eyes' apprentice. Because that book came out on 9/12/01. Wednesday, September 12th of 2001. Yep. So they came out the day after 9/11. Well, and man, I must have read it 100 times. I even wrote a very emotional email to Josh Blaylock about it, about thanking him for. I mean, he had no one knew 9/11 was going to happen or whatever, but
they had to bump that issue because of 9/11. They told me, I've interviewed Josh Blaylock like 4 times, and he said they had to bump that. And so it was, I think, the week after 9/11 or whatever.
No, it came out the next day.
So it wasn't 9/11, it was the day after the 9/11.
Yeah, it was 9/12, Wednesday 9/12. Because I specifically went, I had a comic book store across the street from my cell phone store I ran, and I walked over and they had it because I knew it was coming out because I bought
was that the preview copy or was that the actual copy?
That was issue 1, and issue 2 came out 2 months later because it was every 2 months at first. But that came out because we've talked about it in person and an email about how grateful I was that came out that day because it was a nice escape. It was something that was well done, that was a reminiscent of a beautiful period of time that you could get your head out of the darkness of 9/11 for at least 20, 30 minutes. And then kind of feel like, okay, G.I. Joe's back. We can handle this. We're going to get through this.
Speaking of darkness, so the HasLab funded, it broke the 8,000 backer mark, the Snowcat. And we are currently sitting at 8,940 or 8,491 backers with 4 days, 9 hours, 4 minutes, 26 seconds to go. Do you think that it's going to break any of the tiers?
I think we're going to get at least 2 of the tiers. That's just my gut feeling. If we get all 3, it'll be a miracle.
You think we're going to break any of the tiers with 4 days to go, as slow as it's been funding?
Yeah, I think so, because it did with the Sky Striker. We got 2, 3 tiers. I think there was 4 tiers with that. They added that Cobra tier in the middle. In the middle.
But I think with this one, man, I think that we might not break any tiers.
I don't think we're going to break any tiers unless they add something really special to incentivize people to get in, like some patches.
Especially with the the fiasco of shipping out rattlers that we are still waiting on.
I got my rattler. I don't know about you.
Well, I have one of them.
I've got mine.
I don't know what the order is for those, because I have a friend that lives right in the town that I live in. Like, he's like 5 minutes away from me.
I don't
He
think
got
there
his.
is an order.
Huh?
I don't think there is an order.
Well, that's my point. That's what I'm trying to bring up. Is he got his at the beginning of July, like a week after Joe Fest, almost the 1st of July. He got his, and it took me almost a month to get mine. I got mine like 2 weeks ago or so. And
last week they told me that my other orders are just waiting for FedEx to pick them up. No labels have been created, no emails. I haven't gotten shit on them. I mean,
and I ordered mine pretty quick when it went up almost immediately. When it went up, I ordered mine. So I don't understand why it's taken so long. Are they doing them in reverse? The last person that ordered gets it first?
I don't think
there's any rhyme or reason to it.
There's any rhyme or reason to anything they're doing right now.
No, it's weird.
If you call Hasbro customer service, you get connected with people who aren't even in this country, who have no clue what's going on. You ask them, like, they can look up your order number in their computer system, and that's it. And they can tell you, oh, well, yeah, you've paid, or yeah, it's on order.
Does Hasbro customer service know that Hasbro's a toy company, or was?
I sent them an email, and I got an email about a week later about my shipping and stuff. They said, yours is ready to be picked up. We're waiting for FedEx, and it should arrive to you. You get a shipping notification. And the funny thing, I've never gotten a shipping notification for any of the previous HasLabs. Because of this email, I did get a shipping notification, and it came about a week later. But I don't think I would have got a shipping notification if
I didn't tell you guys about this, but I actually got a second Rattler. I ordered one. I kept it on the down low, and I got an email, but it wasn't from Hasbro. It was from a Nigerian prince.
Oh,
and he said, I have your Rattler, and I want to give you some money. I just need your bank account. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna sign up tomorrow and give him my banking info.
No,
so I get my second Rattler, and he's a Nigerian prince. Man. It can't hurt to get in with this guy. You know,
you're ridiculous. You're so ridiculous, Dan. Gosh.
I've been called worse. I can tell you that. Now I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're going alphabetical order, order number 1 to order 8,000. I mean, I don't know. It's because I see people online talking about they don't have theirs, and I got mine the week of the GI Joe show the Kentuckiana GI Joe show. I got mine, I think that Wednesday.
I did too. Mine came the exact same day. Mine came the exact same day on a Wednesday. Yeah. So that's coincidental. And I was coming back from vacation.
I had to tell my help, this David guy coming into the store, watch out, he might try to take my Rattler. So watch out. Guard it.
I do know that there are some significant people that don't have it still. Like, I know Chris McLeod in the Full Force, he doesn't have his yet. And I know he funded immediately.
There's a significant amount of people who don't have it yet.
Yeah. So Absolutely. It's very strange the way the order is. But well, I do believe the Snowcat is going to get a couple tiers. I think we can get to 12,000, maybe not 14,000. But definitely 12,000. We're halfway to.
I think that's wishful thinking, baby.
Well, I'm trying to stay positive. I want all those tiers because I really feel that the base offering is not worth the $325. I think we need to get these tiers to make that worth that money. But in order to do that, we have to get it. We have to order it and stuff like that. So I don't know.
My thought is, I don't think they should have announced the Snowcat until San Diego Comic-Con.
They had to.
And I think they should have waited.
Star Wars.
I think they had to do it because of Star Wars. They wanted to get that initial jump on them of people backing that project first, and in the hopes that people would say, well, I'm not gonna back the Star Wars project. It's not that special.
not.
I don't think anybody's backing it anyway. It's
that's not doing that well.
It's a $450 item that you could get for $50 10 years ago.
What I'm really hoping to see is that toward the end of the funding period for the Snowcat, and I know this sounds terrible, but I want to see a bunch of people back out of the Star Wars HasLab and back the Snowcat.
That's possible because that happened with the Star Wars
and the Rancor. Yeah.
Rancor series. That happened.
Granted, with crowdfunding, you're going to get a big boost on the last day.
Yes.
But I do think it would behoove Hasbro to offer some special, hey, if we hit all 4 tiers, we're throwing this in. Because I think it'd be in their best interest to do that.
I don't think they will, but you never know.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice if they did, but
in the last hour, whatever.
Well,
man, talk about a ripoff. Look at that. No, I like that set a lot. I think it's really cool. Even though that they're beating that Jetfire mold to death.
Well, I didn't have the previous one, I guess. But I like this. This thing is huge.
Well, there was the Siege release. There was the Siege re-release. There was the same mold used for
Shattered Glass.
Shattered Glass. And I want to say another one. Didn't the Masterpiece version of Jetfire use most of those parts?
Possibly. I think I've heard that.
I'm not sure. I know they did a Shattered Glass version of that one too.
Oh yeah, they did. They did a Shattered Glass version of that one too.
My best friend's son got the Masterpiece Jetfire from me, and he says there's no better toy.
Well, I've heard people say they don't like this package and stuff like that, but I think it's kind of interesting. It's very different. It's a totally different package, but I like it. I think it's interesting and unique. But I don't know if I'll open it up though.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in a meeting between Skybound and Hasbro, because I think that Hasbro, there's a tremendous opportunity to get the synergy off of these comics and start making some Void Rival Energon figures.
Well, I think there's going to be something in the future because Lenny did, 7 different interviews for San Diego Comic-Con on different podcasts and stuff like that. I'm not going to mention all of them, but he did allude to they're working towards some synergy with certain characters that have never appeared before, like Vipra, like Risk, Good Baroness, that type of stuff. I think we're going to get a wave of figures like that.
I need some Good Baroness in my life.
It won't be a lot, but I think we'll get some of those because we're kind of getting a little bit. Nemesis Enforcer came out right at the right time for the Cobra Commander miniseries. Raptor
Nemesis Immortal.
And he's in this story, Raptor, and they've got the new Major Blood coming out, and that he's also in this story.
I want to dedicate it line called Energon.
Oh well.
And then where we get Energon Duke, where he looks just like the comic. We get one of the Optimus with the Megatron arm.
With classified scale Transformers.
Ooh.
This is the best classified scale Transformer I've ever seen.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Classified scale Transformer. It's not even O-ring scale.
It's O-ring scale.
It's not.
Yeah, the O-rings would be like this small, right?
No, not quite that small. But
mask, maybe mask size.
No, O-ring 3.75.
Okay.
No, I think that would just be kind of cool. Still have your G.I. Joe classified, still have your Transformers Legacy or whatever, and then you can get Void Rival. The first wave could be like Duke.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do
Cobra Commander and the Void Rival kids.
They're not going to do it. If they do it, it won't be for a while.
Oh, and they'll miss the synergy on it. That's always the problem.
Well, this is the synergy right here.
It's like I noticed that when I first bought my store, that first full year I owned it, Dark Knight and Iron Man and Dark Knight came out in the same year. And I want to say it was like Iron Man had so many shirts, T-shirts, comic, all that stuff ready to go. Dark Knight came out in July, and we didn't get shirts till like December. I'm like, way to miss the boat, guys.
Well, DC has been really bad about stuff for quite a long time.
But I think I don't know. It's like some of these companies, and I guess this is like a critique of modern companies. They want to play it safe so bad. It's like sometimes you got to take a risk. Like,
I think they missed a really good opportunity with that set in particular there, David. I think that the figure that should have come with that would have been like the O-ring G.I. Joe Transformers crossover figures. They're all commander class figures or roundabout. It would have been better instead of to use that Jetfire mold and just throw something in there they already had to sell those O-ring figures. I think it would have been a lot better for them to tool up a new Transformer that would work with the O-ring figures like Springer, because Springer has a whole lot more to do with them, and so does Rodimus, than Jetfire.
Well, I agree.
Springer would have been awesome. Yeah,
I agree with you, but maybe we'll get an O-ring Pythona with
don't care
Rodimus or Springer.
Only if they make Transformers that the O-ring figures. We know it can be done. They're sitting right here behind me.
Yeah, we are, and I do believe we're going to get a Hound with a clutch. I do believe that's coming.
I think so too. That's been the rumor for a while, and I got to get one of those.
Yeah, but so has the transforming Triple T. So has the Optimus Prime.
Oh, no, didn't we get the Triple T?
No,
wait a minute. Yeah, we did. We got the Triple T. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the Optimus Prime as what was
Mobat.
it? The Mauler and Mobat.
Oh yeah.
With Hawk. Yeah, I thought we were going to get that announcement and shown off at San Diego, but we didn't. We got this instead. So maybe that'll be Christmas of this year. Usually they do Transformers crossovers like every 6 months or so. It's been kind of every 6 months. I think they skipped 1 year where it wasn't 6 months, but maybe we'll be getting Mobat sometime around New York Comic Con. They'll announce it for like January or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I will say price point for that SDCC set that you got behind you for the Jetfire set. That Jetfire is around $100. It's commander class. The figures are let's say $20 a piece. Plus you get a comic book. I have not yet read the comic, but
it's
issue one. Pretty good value for the money.
It's issue 1 of Void Rivals. It's a reprint.
Okay.
I thought it was a little too expensive when I ordered. I was like, "Wow, I didn't know
it was
that expensive." It was $123 and change.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad.
And then I get the club shipping, so it's free shipping. So it was just tax.
No, the figures are not carded. I was hoping that they would end up being carded, but they're not. So
that'd be kind of neat.
They're not carded, but there is some weird thing back there, like a file of some sort. But I don't know what it is. But yeah, I thought it was a little too overpriced. But then I guess based off what you said, I guess it is more reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those O-ring figures would be about 20 a piece.
For the Commanders. So, I mean, I think it's pretty reasonable.
It makes sense. Both of their San Diego Comic-Con sets, I thought, were very fairly priced. I think we predicted. What did we predict? We thought the Cold Slither was going to be. You guys thought it was 150. I said 125, and I was right on the money.
I think I said around 125 as well. I don't remember what I said, but it was something around that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not a bad price on that either.
I was pleasantly surprised.
4 figures plus another figure's worth of drums. No mic stands or microphones or anything, but I mean, that's
nice play set. Nice play set and diorama and box. I thought that was very good for that price. Mine are on the
web. Can you look up and see if the Void Rival set there is still available?
It is.
It is.
Okay. Huh.
All
do
the San Diego
Comic-Con, or do you want them for the store?
All the San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, it's probably gonna be for me.
No, Dan, all the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives are still available.
That's a good and bad sign right there, but
I'll take care of you on one of those.
Oh, okay.
The that Cold Slither set being available, it's available for pre-order. And we know how Hasbro Pulse is with pre-orders. Nobody knows when they're actually going to get it. It could be months and months and months away.
Might get it with your Rattler.
There was a whole fiasco with Dr. Mindbender that was a Pulse. And to this day, some people have never gotten their Dr. Mindbenders that they pre-ordered like 3 years ago. And that's still on. They still have the shipping for that.
I'll have to email the Nigerian prince tomorrow and ask him if he got his Mindbender. Well, like what the time frame on that was.
And now we have the vintage Dr. Mindbender, which is comical. The same thing for the Arctic Bat. Tons of Pulse pre-orders for the Arctic Bat. People have not gotten yet.
So I'm gonna give you some information on the Arctic Bat. It's pretty funny. As soon as I get it pulled up here.
David, what Terry's pulling that up real quick. What was your thought on the Hasbro Dungeons and Dragons line? Did you like it? Not enough? Too much?
Most of the figures I could care less for. I did want another Man Wolf because the one I got a couple years back was kind of chintzy. So that's a really beautiful Man Wolf, very detailed. But Spider-Man and the other ones, like I could really care less.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Isn't that the Dungeons? Oh, that's the Magic the Gathering Marvel Legends,
yes.
Right? Oh.
I was like, when did Man Wolf and Spider-Man show up on Dungeons and Dragons?
What is it? What was it? I can't recall.
The Hasbro Dungeons and Dragons line. They did a 6-inch scale line.
It was the movie line.
It was the cartoon based on the cartoon.
Well, they did a cartoon line and they also have the movie line.
Sorry, let me specify. I'm talking about the cartoon line.
Okay.
Because I know that there was issues, quality control issues.
Junk.
Some of it never even got orders fulfilled. I've got them. I think I like them in concept. I think they're cool, but I think they could have been done a lot better.
I've seen a lot of them at Ollie's, I'll tell you that much. And they looked fine to me, but I didn't get it. I
might run up to Ollie's later and see if I can find a Rattler for Terry.
No, there's no Rattlers at Ollie's.
I keep getting the classified His Tanks and Dragonflies at Ollie's. I mean, because that's
okay.
Everyone.
You're so full of it today.
Well, that's an inside joke with me and Terry. Who is what he put up the Public Enemy symbol?
Super 7 is now doing the animated Dungeons and Dragons line.
Did you see? I don't know what website it was. It might have been Big Bad, and I didn't. Somebody was telling me about it. They had something like buy one get 5 free or something crazy.
What?
Yeah,
what,
on the
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, I'm sorry, on the Super 7 Joes or whatever. Yeah, and audience, please correct me on that if I'm saying that wrong. But it was like buy one get 3 free. It was just something crazy. Like Big Bad was just trying to get rid of stock because they have so much of that stuff.
Wow.
Which is weird because I never ever got any of my orders for those. I ordered those as soon as they came out for the store back in like 2020 or 2021. Still have never received any of those orders.
Is it what is it? The Reaction Plus or Reaction?
No, the Ultimate line, the 7-inch line.
Oh, the Ultimate. Well, they've discontinued the Ultimate line. You know that.
I thought they just showed more stuff.
They did. They had exclusives. They're only doing exclusive Ultimates now. So the line has been discontinued, but they're going to do Ultimates that are exclusive. Like they had 2 for Joe Fest. I believe there's going to be some more coming down the road.
So they're exclusive in the sense that, like, they're now selling the BBTS exclusive Storm Shadow because nobody's buying them. They're $65 a piece now, and they still have all the exclusives available.
And there's no tariff.
Except for the Red Knock and Jackal. Those two
$65 plus the tariff surcharge.
Yeah.
So they're still pretending there's
one of those figures.
They're still pretending there's tariff up charges.
Well, and it's right on the email when you get your email, your final email for whatever you ordered, and it's done. It says it's this much, and then there's a little line. It says tariff charge $7 or $14, and I thought that was amazing that they actually put that up there. Why the hell even put that? Just add it to the freaking shipping and be done with it.
Probably cost them half of that $7 just to put it up there.
Yeah, so the Ultimates have been discontinued. Big Bad is selling their old stock, but whatever.
I mean, it was I guess bad timing, and I think they were way overpriced. But like, why would you if you've been buying like 6-inch Star Wars, 6-inch Marvel Legends, 6-inch or close to 6-inch He-Man, and now you got 6-inch GI Joes? Why would you go like 7-inch when you already got the
they're
6-inch?
not targeting GI Joe collectors. They are targeting collectors of the Super 7 Ultimates, and all of the Ultimates are 7 inches.
Well, I know that. I know they're all 7 inches, but just is there just people that buy the Ultimates, like whatever it is?
Well, I've gotten every Ultimate except for the 2 that sold out: the Jackal, Red Jackal, or Jackal and Red Knock. Those are the only.
I can understand. I can understand like getting the Thundercats because there's no other Thundercat toys. Well, with the exception of the Origin stuff that just dropped, but it just didn't make sense. Like if there's 4-inch Joes, there's 6-inch Joes. Well, the 4-inch Joes really haven't been a thing for a while, but like the 6-inch Joes, like why would you can't even put the 7-inch in vehicles or whatever. It's like, I don't know. It's so weird. I can see them doing the 4-inch. I can totally see that. The O-ring stuff.
Haya's doing that.
Yeah, man, those look good too. Wish we could get them over here.
I finally found a resource since my other resource told me they weren't going to get any more. I found a new resource. I got 3 the other day. I got Zartan, Destro, and Beachhead the other day.
So those are coming from. Let's see. What's the name of it?
Retro Toys or Retro something or other. I don't know.
David, the thing you were talking about at Walmart with the collector display thing, I think I'm starting to see those pop up online. Because I saw something like it looked like a big, like the big square cardboard box, but it had display stuff of like Legends, like in a plexiglass display.
I saw you posted today from Franklin, Indiana.
Yeah, everybody's starting to show that because
that looks cool. That's very cool.
The reset
I like that idea.
The reset for Walmart's are this week, so all those stores are going to be getting those, like half the stores or 500 stores or whatever. I think I told you a while back. And so they're going to have Marvel Legends, Black Series, and Classified all in and Transformers. And so, that looks good.
Great. So I have a quick question. So, inevitably, people are going to want to come in and buy those displays, right?
You're not going to be able to buy that display.
I know, but some people are going to want to buy those, right? And then how many people that want to buy those will say, I'll wait till those displays are at Ollie's?
They're not going to be at Ollie's. This is a Walmart contract.
Hey, y'all got any of those? Any more of them Walmart displays over at the Ollie's? Yeah, they're next to the His Tank and the Dragonfly.
I don't know what he's on today, Terry, but he's crazy today. You can't. All those.
You can thank Seven Brews. Seven Brews for your caffeine needs.
After they're done with those, they're going to be pulped. I'll tell you right now. Every store.
Whatever, you're going to have one in your basement.
They're going to have one right into the cardboard compactor. Yes.
Are you going to personally put them in?
Not mine. I'll get mine. But the rest of the world, they're screwed. I will get mine.
I'll get mine at Ollie's.
If my store gets one, I don't think my store is getting one. But
I don't either. I don't think my local store is getting one.
Well, I saw pictures of them set up, and I was like, man, that looks really cool.
No, don't go to eBay for your Rattler. Just wait it out.
If you don't get your Rattler, I'll ask the Nigerian Prince if he has any extra.
Get the hell out of here. You're so full of it today.
He may require a social security number. I'm just saying. Yeah, I thought it was weird. Why do you need my social in order to send me a Rattler?
And your routing number? What?
Yeah, weird. But I'm trusting. He's a prince. Very wise. Very wise.
Don't go to eBay for a Rattler. Just wait out.
Those displays are huge, so nobody.
Oh, they look cool. What a great idea.
If my store gets one, I'll have it.
Well, you got to make sure you befriend some of the nice people in toys and management, because that thing, trying to cart that out of that building, good luck.
Well, somebody did a close-up shot of the Joe one I was like, oh, is that a box set? What the heck is this? I was like, oh, this is at Walmart display. Never mind. I got all excited. Like, how did I not know this was coming? And then I was like, I remember somebody talking about this a few months ago.
Yeah. I have
Lone Dragon coming in.
Yeah. Yo, Joe. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad we can help the brand Walmart and get a better reputation for classified.
Man, Target needs to step their game up and do something with that.
Target, they're only worried about phone sales. They got friggin' phone kiosks over by toys, and it annoys the crap out of me every time I go into a Target.
Oh, I had somebody chasing me down about that. I was with my son, and he's like, "What cell phone service do you use?" And I'm like, "I work for the State Department. Our phones are covered."
Dude, you'll be lucky if it moves. You'll probably get a tracking update tomorrow, or it might show up tomorrow. All of the hubs around here are super slow, and they don't update anything on the weekends.
Well, and the post office is going through those issues they went through last December too, and we have a sort center here. I think it still has 1,300 items just sitting around that was supposed to be delivered last Christmas.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, no, it's crazy. I had so many. I took time off after Christmas, like Christmas to first couple of days of the new year. We went out of town. Well, we went out of town a couple of days after Christmas, that is. And like I was on the phone with eBay customer service and the post office almost every day because this stuff's just stuck in a sort center somewhere. Our local news started to cover it, and then we had this congressman that I don't know if anybody takes him serious, kind of about the size of a Muppet, and he was like banging on the post door, like let me in, and they're like, shut the door, close, see ya.
A lot of these places, though, I will speak from experience. A lot of these places are having a hard time getting people to work because it's not work that people want to do. So they're going through a lot of labor problems.
Hold on, Davey.
Distribution places.
It's not just work people don't want to do. It's work the companies don't want to pay people to do.
Well, that's the other side.
You know what's interesting is that in 2019 going into 2020, we were theoretically at full employment, which the stat's supposed to be like 4.1 or 4.3 unemployment. It means you're literally at full employment because the 4.1 or 4.3% that aren't working is like transitional jobs. Like I quit my job, I'm going to work for David, or Terry's just like, I'm done, I'm not going to work, or just people that refuse to work. And then COVID happened. And we didn't have the big death rates that they said. We didn't lose half the world's population. And then like once everything opened back up, there was like nobody working anywhere. And like and I understand like if you were getting like unemployment and all that all those programs dried up, all that stuff dried up, and people still can't get help. And I'm like, where did all those people go?
Became self-employed. They started doing stuff on their own.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there is that.
I don't know. It's a mixed bag of stuff because we're doing a lot of hiring for this holiday season, and it bumped up. I believe that percentage bumped up because a lot of companies. But you got to remember, my company is the largest retail company in the world, so it is going to affect that because we hire a good 100 people during the holidays every year.
Well, I think fourth quarter 2025 and probably all of 2026 is going to be really hot for the economy. And like for the stuff we're into as well. I mean, there's a ton of stuff that's going to drop between now and the end of the year, and then stuff that'll get pushed over, and all the new stuff coming.
The key thing I'm looking forward to, Dan, is mask. If we can get loyal subjects in Walmart, which you've got everything thus far, that's the number one thing I'm focused on is mask at Walmart. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I'm hoping you guys get them because I didn't get mine. I didn't order any through Big Bad Toy Store yet.
Oh, you canceled your order? I talked you into canceling?
No, I didn't. I didn't order it to begin with. It was Mask, Snowcat, Terry's Cobra Temple, and something else, and a new couch and love seat one out. So, which I was going to ask Terry if he could just 3D print me one. That would probably be cheaper, but Didn't work out. And I think my wife liked the color you had there, Terry. So we went with a furniture store. Sorry, but no, I didn't order the mask yet because you said that you guys might have it.
Well, because we've gotten all the loyal subjects toys. We got My Pet Monster, My Buddy, Carmen Sandiego, Jim. We're getting it all. So I believe we will get Mask, and it will be cheaper. The price point is the question right now, but I do believe we will get it in this fall reset. Those places that had those Hasbro things, those kiosk things, they should have the new reset there. Maybe they should tell us if they get Mask.
Why on earth was Hasbro not letting loyal subjects call the Switchblade the Switchblade?
Because I think it's a violent name, and you don't want to call a toy that based off that.
Well, no kids buying that. It's all adults, and then too, it's a violent helicopter that turns into a jet's kind of a violent thing. I'm just saying.
But you have all these regulations and stuff they have to go through.
In England, during the heyday of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they could not use nunchucks. They had to take all the nunchucks out of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in England and Europe. Did you know that?
Yep.
That's why we rebelled from them.
So there's reasons for these things. We'll never know a lot of this. That's why we'll never get a hooded Cobra Commander. We're never going to get
I think a regime change
with
there.
The Rebel
Debonaventura is the reason we won't get a hooded Cobra Commander.
Yeah, and we're not going to get a cross country with all the Rebel insignia unless it's in a HasLab.
I doubt they'll do that either.
Yeah, but there's reasons for all this stuff. We'll never know entirely until years later. One of these executives tells us. That's why we learned a lot of what's going on in the 80s now from a lot of these people we've interviewed. Kurt Bazigi, Ron Rudat, Mark Pennington. Daryl DePriest is now revealing a lot of stuff from the 2000s. You get all this stuff. And
I had a really good conversation with him at the G.I. Joe show recently.
He's so awesome and very forthcoming. He'll tell you anything. Yeah. So what else? What other good news do we got, Terry?
Well, I've got a little bit of news here on the ARC project.
Oh, right. What's going on?
Final inking steps are being done on a couple pieces of the artwork for it. We have some good solid logo designs to go with.
Wasn't there supposed to be some posters at the Kentuckiana that you were going to be selling? Do you
yeah,
have
but I was
posters?
supposed to be there too.
You don't have those posters?
No.
Do new ones for our new plan.
Yep.
All right.
We're gonna have some posters. We're gonna have trading cards.
Figure designs.
There's all kinds of stuff that will be coming with the Kickstarter for the book.
Oh,
and as a matter of fact, I believe that we have, the 3 sample pages being worked on right now?
They're about to. Yeah, we should have those in about a week or so.
I don't know if I could show you sample pages of my comic, but I've got 4 comics in the process of being made in different levels.
And Terry, I just got an idea. Something remind me to tell you later.
Okay.
Sorry, David. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I'm sorry. I was interrupting Terry. Wasn't sure if he was finished or not.
That's pretty much it. We'll have basically what I want to do with this project is, so the comic, we were talking about doing a separate Kickstarter for that. The comic book will have sample artwork and samples of other things that will go along with the comic. Trading cards and whatnot are one of the things that I'm looking at doing. There's also the figure line, which is simultaneously in development with that, but it will be a separate Kickstarter. I want to have everything available to show and ready to go to production whenever we launch these. That way, we're not sitting around waiting for a lot of stuff to be done after we announce the Kickstarter. We're trying to get everything into the hands of backers as quickly as possible when we launch the Kickstarter. we don't want to be sitting here for 2 or 3 years and the project still be in development. I want to have everything done. I'll be doing the paint masters on the figures myself. We're a long way from that. I still have to have the artwork and the figure turnarounds done in order to send them to the sculptor to digitally sculpt the figures. And I'll have 3D printed samples done to show, all hand painted and everything ready to go to production and ready to unlock whenever we get to that point.
Wow. You're moving right along. I'm very happy.
So hopefully it all comes together as smoothly as it seems to be going right now.
Well, that's the thing. Once you think it's going to go smoothly and everything's going good, then you hit a pothole.
Yeah, that's when you hear Mick Foley's entrance music kick in.
Yeah.
Well, of course, there's changes and whatnot that need to be done to characters and figures, and
it's a long process. Trust me. My thing. It's been 3 years in the making, and we're now finally really moving, trucking along. We've got 3 or 4 vehicles moving forward. We've got inking, writing, penciling, all kinds of stuff. And I just showed off 3 pages of fully inked, penciled pages based off the first story arc. We believe the first issue will be completed by the end of this month, and we'll be moving on to issue 2. We hope to have a premiere at my convention. By the way, my convention has been delayed and changed dates. So we've moved the date to April 19th of 2026 for my convention, the Central Florida Joe Show, by the way. And we were going to premiere our thing at that event. And then we'll have a much wider premiere at Joe Fest, which is about 2 months after that. But we're going to have a small premiere at my convention. So we've moved our event. It was supposed to be September 28th, the Central Florida Joe Show. It is now going to be April 19th, 2026. And so if you guys are interested in coming for that down here, you're more than welcome. And you could be vendors for our event. We set up a whole table for you if you want to show off your comic and stuff like that.
Well, hopefully we'll have something like comic books to sell. I doubt that we'll have figures by then, but hopefully we'll have a comic coming along by then. Yeah.
So yeah,
absolutely.
But we're moving right along on ours as well, Terry. We've got more writers now that we have artwork moving. We got like 3 books working on the art. We got 5 writers trying to write.
The slow part of the ARC project is the fact that we have a very small team. We have a very small group of people working on it, and it's all being funded out of pocket.
So we funded ours out of pocket, and we started with a small team. There was only 4 of us: the editor, the writer, the assistant editor, and the artist that created the concept. That person has bowed out. I've become full editor, and now I have a penciler inker with me on the project, and I'm doing 4 books, so it's a little bit trickier.
That's a lot to take on, but I mean that's also part of being involved in a company and not just doing it individually.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the finances to try and do stuff like this on my own. I just don't.
I don't either. Buy my prints. Buy stuff from eBay.
I was planning to buy a few things from you from Kentuckiana. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. But
Terry, I just got a message from the Nigerian prince. He said if you get him your routing number, he will send you some money for the project. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Oh God!
But yeah, I mean that's part of it. Like I'm not really wanting to have investors or take money from anybody on this project. I would rather just fund the initial part of it myself through the sales of toys and 3D prints and the custom packaging that I sell.
That's the way to do it.
That's where the money's coming from. It's just pumping back into what I'm already working on.
Well, I have faith that you're going to get it all accomplished. You're a very, very smart person, and you know how to do this stuff. You know the right people to go to. You're very liked in this community, and I think it'll be successful, and you get everything you need.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yep. If you ever need
anything, baby, do you think millennials or Gen Z work for Hasbro? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind working for Hasbro. I mean, I'm like
I would love to.
Cusp of being a millennial.
Yeah, so. I would love to, but I'm not from. I'm from the '70s, so I'm a Gen X, I guess. I don't know what mine is, but I've talked to people that work for Hasbro, and they always love my ideas. I give them ideas when I meet them at the conventions and things. And I talk to buyers and people that are involved in different aspects of the toy industry that you guys probably don't talk to. And they always say, you should be working for Hasbro because you're so smart and you know what you're doing. It's just a matter of having the experience that I've dealt in with toys, and I dealt with the comic industry. And I've been around these two industries for so long. I know what's bad. I know what's good. I know what people want. I know what people
Gentlemen, you are welcome to continue. I got to leave. Just whenever you're done, back out of the studio. The stream will end whenever you guys leave.
I actually need to go too.
Yeah, I got to get going too.
All right. Sorry, guys. Hey, it's been a great show. Thank you all for watching, commenting, and interacting with us. And we'll see you again next Sunday, I believe.
Everybody have a great week.
Appreciate it, Terry. Thanks, Dan. You guys take care.
See you guys.
Bye.